couple of weeks ago, I received an email, and this is what it said. My students are trying to figure out what 1,000,000 actually looks like by collecting 1,000,000 pull tabs from cans. Once we have reached our goal of 1,000,000, we will donate the entire collection to the Montreal chapter of the Ronald McDonald House charity. Well, I don't know about you, but I was immediately intrigued by this email and I needed to know more. And fortunately for us, today's guests on the QPAT podcast are teacher Reagan Niedan and two of her students, Alex and Merhye. They will explain to us what the 1,000,000 project at Evergreen looks like. Reagan Niedan is a teacher at Evergreen School and has been there since 2005. She graduated from McGill University with a Bachelor of Education and has been teaching for 24 years. She has worked at 5 different schools in 3 countries. And her favorite subject to teach is math. As you can see, she loves finding creative ways to help kids develop their understanding of mathematical concepts. In Reagan's spare time, she loves scuba diving, horseback riding, walking her dogs, and curling up with a good book. Enjoy today's episode. Well, welcome. I'm very happy to see these lovely faces today. Tell me your names and tell me the location of your school.
Okay, so my name is Reagan Niedan, and I am the grade 5 English and math teacher at Evergreen Elementary School in St-Lazare, Quebec. And these are 2 of my students. This is Merhye, and over here we have Alex.
Wonderful. So I heard through the grapevine, which is why we're doing this today, that you and your class are doing a really amazing project. Can you tell me about the 1,000,000 project at Evergreen?
We are in the process of collecting 1,000,000 pull tabs. Maybe Merhye can tell us one of the reasons why.
Well, to help the Ronald McDonald House of Montreal support families whose children need medical treatment here.
Okay. Maybe Alex can tell us our math goal.
And to figure out to what 1,000,000 really looks like in pop tabs. And it's way more than we think.
Way more than you think, eh?
Yeah.
Wow, that is fantastic. So you're collecting pop tabs for this. So there's pop tabs, and what other types of tabs can be collected for this project?
You want to hold up the sign?
Yeah. Here. We have these.
We
have drink cans, soup cans, and fruit cans.
We have food cans, vegetable cans, and non-food cans.
Okay, that's amazing. So all of those are acceptable.
Yes, as long as they're metal. They have to.
As long as they're okay, fantastic. So Merhye, you were explaining that these are going to be donated to the Ronald McDonald House. So what is it exactly that the Ronald McDonald House does with these tabs?
So they recycle them and they get money and then they give it to families.
So the Ronald McDonald House provides housing and lodging basically for families that come from out of town to the city of Montreal so their children can have medical treatments at our various hospitals, especially the Montreal Children's Hospital. And that money that they receive from trading in these tabs goes to supporting those houses.
Oh, that's amazing. Yes, because I can imagine in some instances they have to be away from home for an extended period of time. So to not have to worry about paying a hotel or finding someone to stay with, at least that's one less thing to worry about. That's amazing. I didn't realize they were doing that. And so I have a question for you. How many, so your goal is 1,000,000. How many tabs have you collected so far?
Hold up the
Here we have the amount
hanging from our
Pop tab.
So this is our bundle of 131,000. So we've collected 131,000 so far.
Wow. That's amazing. Well, it's a big amount. And where are they coming from so far? Is it students in the school or who has been donating these so far?
Well, some children in the school ask their parents if they have, and they bring it in.
Mhm.
so we can collect those. And
We've posted online on Facebook, on Twitter, on the school's accounts also. So we're receiving tabs from the community. We've asked colleagues, other teachers at the school. So they've asked their circles of families and friends. And we've been receiving tabs from all over the West Island and off Island of Montreal, the Soulange area. We're hoping to collect more because 1 million is a big number.
It is a big number. Okay. And so part of this as well, by broadcasting it on this podcast and sharing it with teachers all across Quebec, we're hoping that teachers and with their classrooms as well, that they're going to collect and send them to you. So if people do collect tabs and they do want to send them to Evergreen, how can they go about doing that?
If their school is part of the Lester B. Pearson School Board, they can send it through the intra-school mail system. They can send it directly to me, Reagan Niedan, at Evergreen Elementary School in St-Lazare. If they are not part of our school board, they can send it through regular mail, Evergreen Elementary School. And also people that are within the area, like in the Vaudreuil area or the West Island area of Montreal, or is the closer areas of St-Lazare. I've been in contact with people and I've been going and picking up from people directly who are willing to donate. So some people have been collecting tabs for a long time and have been quite happy to give me jars and jars of tabs. So if you're one of those people, that would be great.
Yeah, I bet some people do. And they think, I'm just going to keep these in case. And you see the in case has now happened. An opportunity is here.
Yes.
That's amazing. And it's so interesting to think about this. And how did this idea come about? How did this project come to be?
At the beginning of the year, we were looking at place value concepts and counting large amounts, and the students collected 1,000 items and organized them by tens and hundreds for display in the hallway so that we could see what more than 1,000 looked like. And some of the students said, oh, I bet you there's 1 million there. And we got to talking about how, no, that's not 1 million. And some of the kids were especially curious and said, well, what does 1 million look like? And we read some books about that and looked at some examples, but it wasn't tangible enough. So we decided that we were going to do this and really figure it out. What does 1 million look like?
Oh, that's amazing.
It's a lot.
Yes, I have no doubt. I have no doubt.
What fraction have we collected so far?
Just over like 1/10 of what we need. Like our goal.
Really? And what's the objective? Is it up until the end of the school year, or what's the timeline?
You guys think that we're going to have enough by the end of this year?
Probably not, because like if you do the math, it's not going to get there. But I think if we continue next year, which we are, we'll get there.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So these students, the students I have this year, will help me in June train the students I'll be getting next year so that they can continue on. And because these students will be in grade 6 next year, if they have grade 6, there's a lot to do. If they have the time and the inclination, they'll be able to come and join in with the future 5s to keep counting and keep collecting.
Or at
That's so-
recess.
Yep, recesses.
recess,
Like
yeah.
we'll find times where they can come and join in.
Oh, that's fantastic. And so how does it work? Like every morning, do you get is there a time in the day where you receive all the donations and like, wow, look how many we received today? Or how does it work?
Well, we get them a little bit every day.
Yeah.
There's not just one day. People are just like, oh, look here, I've got a bag. And they show up in the classroom. Then they grab the string. The kids will put all the loose tabs on their table and they'll make 10 groups of 10 and they'll string it on this. And then we'll show a group of 100, the little one. Okay. And then we tie it off in these little bundles of 100. And when we get 5 bundles of 100, we tie it off to make a bundle of 500. And when we get 2 bundles of 500, we tie it off to make a big bundle of 1,000. It gets labeled and then we hang it in our school We have a display that goes along the ceiling of our school down the hallways, and it's basically encircling the entire school. We're making predictions of how far we'll get and if we'll have to go around again, and the whole school gets to see our progress.
Oh, that is so fun. And is every grade, the students in every grade participating and helping you with this project?
They contribute. They're not
Yeah.
counting. It's my students that are counting, but they are contributing. We get tabs from students, teachers, parents, people that just drop them off at the school. It's great. So the more tabs we get, the better. And that way everybody gets to see what 1,000 looks like, what 10,000 looks like, 100,000, and they can walk along the school and visualize that amount right along with us.
That's amazing. Well, I congratulate you on what you're doing. And honestly, I mean, it's a fun project to begin with, but what your class is doing, it's going to make a difference in so many lives of families who are going through a difficult time. So first, I want to thank you for what it is that you're doing. And, you might as well have fun when you can do something that makes a difference in people's lives. And I think that's amazing. So I look forward to finding out where you're at the end of this school year. And we're certainly at QPAT, we're going to do everything we can to help you as well. If I receive tabs from some of the local unions across the province, I'm going to share them with you as well. And we've started a collection at QPAT for you. So I'll be in touch, and I wish you all the best with this project. It's very exciting.